Hello everyone, it's your girl Lady Naomi. I'm here this week to do the Housewives of Atlanta review. Some of the girls flying to Houston to help with the hurricane relief. And Kenya is not seeing Miss Shamia on this trip. Let's get started. So it starts out with Lauren and Portia getting ready to go to Houston for hurricane relief. So she asked the girls at the elephant room, did anybody want to go? Nobody really answered. Nobody's really seeing her right now, guys, okay? Nobody's really seeing her, okay? So the only one that said they would go and help was Cynthia. Kenya was going to be doing a prior engagement. Nobody else kind of wanted to go. Candy said that she just gave like $5,000 to $10,000, you know, of cash to them. Sometimes it's just good to just give money, and sometimes some people just want to physically go help. So Candy figured like she want to physically go help, and and stuff like that. So some people give in different ways. You can give spiritually, you can give financially, or sometimes you can give physically, like go and help, with the reconstruction and stuff like that. So Shamia called her and asked if she wanted to go. Shamia wasn't at the elephant room. So Shamia called and helped. I guess she got word on Instagram or one of those, she got word that she was going to be going there and stuff like that. So she called and helped and asked. So Portia ultimately felt like Shamia owed her apologies, kind of, sort of. I don't know. I kind of got a little bit disagree on that, but we'll get to that a little later. So Cynthia meets up with Candy, and they talked about the elephant room. They talked about how bad Kim was acting, how disrespectful Kim was acting, and how she said, I am the higher power, I am a higher power kind of thing. How she was telling the spiritual lady, she was more powerful than her. She didn't believe anything she was saying was accurate about any of the girls and stuff like that. And how she ultimately said, I am the higher power, basically. So, and then they talked about that, and then they talked about how disrespectful she was. And then they also talked about going to Houston. Now, Candy said that's when she said she gave $10,000 and she donated some money to, to the relief. And she said she wasn't going. She said she doesn't like Portia, and she thinks it's a good thing what Portia's doing, but she wasn't going to go and support Portia in that aspect. And I understand, guys. I understand. Cynthia said she was going to go, and it kind of just ended there, I understand that, but sometimes guys, you got to put your personal beliefs or dislikes or likes about someone, you have to put that aside and help out for charity cause sometimes. But she already gave, so I'm not gonna get on Candy too bad in this episode, guys. So Sheree's getting a call from her boyfriend Tyrone in jail, and he said, how's her chunky butt? I guess he calls her butt chunky, I guess. I guess they got little pet names for one another and stuff like that. And Sheree also told him that Nene keeps mentioning his name and talking bad and ill about him. So he said, I got too much dirt on Nene. He said, Nene don't want to mention my name. She better keep my name out of her mouth, kind of sort of thing like that, because I guess he got some tea on Nene. He said, isn't she married or something like that? So allegedly, Nene, when she was on Apprentice, she was flying him into the hotel to see her and stuff like that, begging him to be with her when her and Greg was separated. Now he spilled that tea, or she spilled the tea. I guess he told her and she telling us, okay? Sheree telling us, but that is some good tea, y'all. So Mal, Cynthia, Portia, and Lauren arrives in Houston. They go to a donation center where people are showing up that lost everything in this hurricane, showing up to get food and donations and toiletries and feminine products and stuff like that. And they're giving out, they're taking pictures with people, they're hugging people, they're showing love to people, they're showing compassion to people. I love this scene, guys. I love that all the girls got together and they show compassion and love, and they put all their differences aside. I think that was a beautiful, beautiful scene. It showed that Portia is not so selfish like she shows on the show. Sometimes Portia could be very selfish on the show. She can film very selfish. I don't know her personally, but what us viewers see, she seems very selfish and all about herself sometimes, guys. she donated like $5,000 or something like that. I think she donated a $5,000 check to the cause. And she also did a radio show talking about that she was in town and talking about the situation that she was also going to be hosting some type of event to give back and stuff like that. She was going to be feeding people. We're going to get to that a little later, guys. But I ultimately loved the fact that, you know, the girls are giving back to this cause. That was good to film, because it's not always so good to see them throwing shade at each other and beating each other down. So Cynthia actually did an event as well. She did a charity event. A lot of people showed up. All the girls, not all the girls, but Portia, Lauren, and Mal was all there, and they all talked and they all showed up. Everybody, it was like a kind of like a more high-end type of event. Everybody had gowns on and nice elegant dresses on and stuff like that. So Kenya had fooled her and said that she wasn't there. So Kenya popped up towards the end. It was like maybe 15 minutes before the end, before it ended, but she did pop up, y'all. And so that went out without a hitch, guys. But the event was great. It looked great, and everybody got along and didn't meet each other and gave back. So Candy's daughter is getting her license. Well, she just got her permit, right? Girl, she talking about the little girl. I forget her name. The little girl talking about, can I drive to school now and stuff like that. Child, that little girl was driving on the wrong side of the street. Candy had to tell her multiple times, get on your side of the street, honey. I mean, I understand when you just get your license and everything, you ain't the most confident driver. Child, the light was green and she was still standing there, didn't know what to do. She's like, oh, the light's green. Ooh, like that. I'm like, child, I'll be scared to get... Girl, you better send her to driving school. She need a few more lessons, Candy, because I would be terrified to have her driving me around, honey. She didn't know what side of the street to go on or anything like that. I was, baby, listen. So, I think her daughter, no shade to Candy, but I think her daughter a little slow. Just a little bit. What y'all think? I think her daughter a little slow. Just, not like Sweet Pickles, but slow, but a little slow, guys. It's like, like a here, slow, So her father calls Block, I guess Candy's ex-boyfriend, ex-baby father Block call and things. And her daughter really don't like him, because I guess after she was like 15, last couple of years, he just started trying to be in her life and stuff like that. So she's holding a lot of resentment towards her father and things. And she was like, okay, she was just like giving him one word open-ended answers when he was asking her questions and stuff. So they hang up the phone and they go in the house, and then her name is Riley. Riley started crying. So I think she really wants to spend time with her father, but I really feel like it's an emptiness there, for all the time that he hasn't been in her life and hasn't really been instrumental in her life and doing anything and wanting to be in her life and being with her. So I think she's really, really missing that time. But sometimes, you have to take what you can get. Like, if he's willing to be in your life, if he finally manned up and willing to be in your life, you got to take that. You got to take him for what he's giving you right now, honey. But she's only like 15, 16, so she's a little young to understand that. So Shamia and Portia are in a hotel room laying in the bed. They made up. Shamia apologized, and Portia felt that she didn't take her condition in consideration. We all know Portia just being cheap and she don't want to pay the money. Portia may be a little jealous because she can't find a man. No man want to marry her. No man even want to date her right now. Okay? So I think she's a little jealous of Shamia. That's what I see, guys. I think this condition is crazy. She flew into Houston, honey. Why can't she fly anywhere? Child, I'm not going to get on Portia right now. I don't really think Shamia should apologize. That's how I see it, guys, because Portia was being a little shady, too. Portia felt like she was showing out for the Candy Coded crew or clique or whatever she called it. But I think that Portia, it was being a little shady, too, and I think she's just trying to give an excuse to not go to Shamia's wedding, and they're supposed to be best friends. But anyway, that's just how I see it, guys. I don't think Shamia should apologize. So Cynthia may not make it to Portia's event. Now, Portia and her sister Lauren went to Cynthia's event the night before. Portia's ultimately feeling some type of way because Kenya came back in town. Now Cynthia has her head all up Kenya's ass. trying to go to a event that Kenya had planned with Habitat Humanity, and we'll get to that in a second. And so she's feeling some type of way that wasn't gonna be able to make it to her event because, you know, they went and she went to their event, but now Cynthia's not gonna reciprocate and go to Portia's event. So she sent Shamia in her stead. So Kandi went to go see Block, Riley's father. And she talked about how Riley started crying and stuff like that on the phone. And she misses her father, and she doesn't really feel a connection with her father. And Kandi mentioned that they all should go to therapy, like counseling, family counseling and stuff like that. And I think that's a really good idea. Kudos to Kandi for that, because I think that's a very, very good idea. And I'm glad that he's trying to be in her life now. So we go to Portia's event. Now, Portia's event was good. It was a great turnout. She was a lot of food. Now, she only planned for 400 people to come. It was about 2,000 people that came. So Portia started having a little breakdown because she didn't have enough food. They were running out of food, and it was like a whole line of people out the building, around the door, in the back alley, full of people that wanted food, because it was like, you know, people were hungry because, you know, the area they were in was a lot of devastation. So people were hungry. A lot of people didn't have water. They didn't have gas stoves or anything like that to cook and stuff like that. So she made executive decision. Somebody went and got some food. So they fed everybody. She felt better, but she started to have a little bit of a breakdown, because that would bother me too. I'm having this big event for all these people, for the community to eat and stuff like that. This is my way of giving back. She gave out a few $100 gift cards, $50 gift cards to people and stuff like that. So she gave back and stuff like that. But she also felt like, like I mentioned earlier, I'm getting a little raspy, Cynthia was wrong for not going to her event. And I think so too. I think that Cynthia should at least showed up for a minute to go to her event. Even though she could have went there first and stood for like 15-20 minutes and then left, she should have went. I agree with Portia on that one. So Kenya, Cynthia, Mal is at the event for Habitat Humanity. She's doing this event. She's helping rebuilding houses and stuff like that. So they all got these white jumpsuits on, and their masks and stuff like that. And, you know, a lot of people were, you know, happy that they came. You know, a lot of people in the community, it was total devastation, guys. People's whole house was literally sitting in front of their house, like where the garbage goes. It was all on the lawn. The whole street was full of devastation, where everybody pulled out any water damaged stuff and stuff like that and put it on their lawn. It was total devastation. So people was like happy to see celebrities. You know, they were a little happy. Kenya was being very disrespectful and kind of a little bit disgusting, guys. She was like, we got time for pictures later. We're here to do our job. We're here to do this thing for Habitat Humanity. We're here to help you guys rebuild your homes and stuff like that. And like just being really rude to like the people, the civilians of the area. I thought she went inside and they was like, can we have, you know, they were tearing down drywall. Kenya tore hers down first. She tore the whole damn wall down. She tore that wall down, baby. And everybody else was still like not even a quarter through their wall. And they was like, can we take a water break? She was like, we got time for water breaks later. Child, we need to get this done. Shamia calls her, was like, where are you guys at? Because, you know, Portia sent Shamia in her stead because she couldn't make it. She had her own event at the same time. I think their events were like an hour away from each other, like an hour. Like one event was at 9 and one was at 10 or something like that. And so she sent Shamia to help. And Kenya was being very disrespectful, really rude about it, like talking about finding yourself. I'm here. What are we doing here? Come and find one of the Habitat Humanity volunteers, guys. He'll tell you what to do. Come inside, girl. I don't got time to talk. Bye. And hung up the phone right in her face. I was like, ooh. So Shamia get there, and she was just being really rude to Shamia, like a drill sergeant. And I understand she was in the mode. Kenya is really into fitness and stuff, guys. So, you know, to her, that was like a workout. I understand that about her and stuff. That was like a little bit of a workout for her. But she was being really rude and very disrespectful, guys. Very rude and very disrespectful. And I don't like when that side of Kenya comes out. Y'all know I love Kenya. I love Kenya down. But I have to be honest and I have to be fair. In this episode, Kenya was an asshole. She was acting very, very fucked up to those girls in this episode, guys. So they all out to eat. And, Lauren kind of jumps on Cynthia for not coming to Portia's event. Well, we supported your event, but you didn't come to ours and stuff like that. And she was like, well, Kenya's my best friend. I had to go to Kenya's event. I mean, I understand that if my best friend, I probably would have went to my best friend's event too, but I ultimately would have went to Portia's event for like 15, 20 minutes, maybe half an hour, and then I could have just quickly went to where Kenya was. I would have showed some type of support. So I understand Lauren on that situation. I think what I like about Cynthia, though, she knows how to handle it without getting into like a big scuffle and a beef. She knows how to have a conversation, because I feel like Lauren was kind of fishing for a fight there, and Cynthia quickly diffused the situation. I love that, because it doesn't always have to turn into a scuffle when people getting into disagreements. So I like that. So they ultimately was talking to Shamia, Shamia was talking about how Kenya was being very disrespectful. She was being mean to her, was being disrespectful to her about the Habitat for Humanity project. How, you know, she was talking rude. She wouldn't let them get water breaks. She was being very nasty to her on the phone. And I kind of agree with Shamia on that. So Cynthia walks in, and the kitchen was closed. They told she came in late. She said lady said, I'm sorry, the kitchen is closed. And she was like, can I get some water, please? And this and that. So Cynthia kind of like just pushing me right on the spot and talking about, you know, well, you were talking about Kenya, you know, tell her how you really feel now. She's here. You was talking about her all before and stuff like that, because Shamia tried to smooth it over, made it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And Cynthia said, it is a big deal, because you would just talk about her this whole time, so let her. Cynthia was messy for that, y'all. Cynthia was messy as hell for that. So they were trying to smooth it over, made it seem like it was a light situation, but it wasn't. Shamia was really upset. Shamia was trying to explain to her, and she was like, oh, I'm sorry if you feel that way, but can I have more water, please? She asked for like 7 damn things of water. Shamia threw shade and said, just bring that whole 2 pitchers, because I don't want to be interrupted. So Kenya was very, very, very dismissive. Dismissed the hell out of her ass, honey. Dismissed her ass so fierce, okay? I'm sorry you feel that way, but I didn't see that. I was just trying to get the work done, and you was too busy trying to talk and socialize and ask questions and stuff like that. So Portia got involved. Portia was like, but you keep shutting her down. You're not letting her talk. She said, because I don't want to talk about it right now. And Portia was like, this is a good time to talk about it. I think this is a good time to talk about it. Kenya was like, well, I don't feel it's a good time to talk about it, and I don't want to talk about it right now, and stuff like that. And then Kenya basically jumped up and just stormed off to the bathroom. You hear her in the bathroom. The door's closed in the bathroom, but you hear her talking to one of the executive producers in the bathroom, arguing and fighting the producer in the bathroom. She opens the door and tells the camera to get the hell away. She said, get these damn mics off me. She had like a little bit of a meltdown in the bathroom. She said, I'm a married woman now. She said, my old self would have read that hoe for Shamia for filth at the table. She said, but I'm trying to be a married woman now. I'm trying to change. I'm trying to have a different attitude, a different outlook on things and stuff like that. It was hilarious, guys, right? So Portia goes to the bathroom and see that Kenya's flipping out. So she was like, okay, never mind. Kind of just went back. And she said, oh my gosh, she's flipping out in here. Kenya storms out of the building, gets into her car with the chauffeur, the Escalade or whatever, the SUV with the chauffeur, and Kenya kind of, Cynthia runs out and says, are you okay? And she even dismissed Cynthia and said, I'll meet you back at the hotel. I don't have nothing to talk about. Roll the window right back up on Cynthia. In the middle, Cynthia talking. And it kind of ended there. But baby, whoo, girl, that was an episode in Kenya. I don't know what happened to you in this episode, girl. I was living for you this whole season. But that right there, I don't know what that was all about, girl. You cut up and you showed up and showed out this episode. I don't know what was going on. It was like almost like a tick that you had, baby. Like you was like a different person. I don't like when people come off as different people than what they are, what we're used to giving or seeing. I don't know. It just really, really shocked me a little bit with Kenya, guys. I don't know. But anyway, guys, this is your girl, Lady Naomi. Like and subscribe to me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat, honey. Okay? Bye-bye, and hope to see you soon. And I am out.